Hello, we are going to be continuing on with lesson 24. This is going to be day 2. And I am going to remind you that you need to do all of these problems on your place value chart and not on your, not using the standard algorithm or the chip model. You are doing everything on your place value chart. So, you need to do these problem G, H, I, J, K, and L, remembering that you're also going to be letting us know whether you're bundling or unbundling 100, unbundling a 10. And then you have a word problem. There are 67 apples. The students ate 89 of those apples. How many are left? You're going to be doing that word problem. And you are also you're going to be doing this one on the place value chart. And then you have 2 other word problems over on the next page on page 147 about Tim and John. There's a part A and a part B. And you are also going to be doing the exit ticket, which is very similar to what we have been doing for the last 2 days. So make sure that when you get done with that, you're going to send that to your teacher. If you're still being confused about how to do this on the place value chart, you need to go back and watch Mrs. Chin again today so that you can be successful on today's assignment. So with that, I'm going to invite you please to pause the video and get yourself ready to work these problems, making sure that you do everything on the place value chart. And of course, this is day 2. You are going to be needing to do the rest of the problems and then send your teacher the exit ticket. So go ahead and pause that video. Are you back? So we're going to start with 111, take away 99 equals. And I am going to remind you that you are going to be doing everything on your place value chart. Everything will be done on your place value chart. You're also going to be telling me that you unbundled 100. Yes or no? Oops, I don't think I should be capitalizing that. Oh, I'm getting my hands so dirty today. Unbundle 100. And did you have to unbundle a 10 or decompose? Unbundle a 10 with a yes or a no. Okay, just like we did yesterday, you're going to continue to ask those questions. So I am, like yesterday, going to start with my whole, which is 111. So 110, 100, 110, 111. So just like we did yesterday, I'm going to ask the question, can I take 9 ones away from 1 1? The answer is no. I am going to have to unbundle a 10. So here goes that unbundling the 10. I'm going to hold that in my hand and put down 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm unbundling that 10. And I have to ask myself the same question about whether or not I can take now 9 ones away from 0 ones. Well, I'm not going to be able to take 9 ones away from 0 ones. So I know that I am going to need to unbundle 100. So I'm taking that 100, putting it in my hand, and unbundling or decomposing that 100 into 10 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm probably not going to work all of these problems today, but I will at least work this first one. So I had to unbundle my 100 for 10 tens. Once I've done that, and I know that I have enough to be able to take away from the 10 that are already here, then I can go ahead and go back and say, can I take 9 ones away from 11 ones? The answer to that is yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That leaves me with 2 ones. because I had to unbundle a 10, so I would have enough to be able to take that away. And now I'm coming over to my 10s and I'm asking myself the question, can I take 9 10s away from 1 10? Well, I should be able to do that without any trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So when I decomposed that 100, it did give me enough 10s that now I can take 9 away from the 11 that I had before, leaving me with 1 10. So 1 10, and I have nothing left to take anything away from in my hundreds because I had to decompose. That leaves me with a total of 1 10 and 2 1s, or standard number 12. All right, so I am not going to go through and work all of these problems today, simply because I did all of them yesterday, and that was just a little refresher to make sure that you were on the right course. And I will bring this paper up and let you take a look at what you needed to do with the balance of these problems. So, did 131 take away 42 equals 89? Did I have to unbundle 100? Yes, I did. And did I have to unbundle a 10? Yes, I did. I'm wanting you, however, to make sure that you did each one of these problems on your place value chart. Problem I, 123 take away 65 is 58. I had to unbundle 100, and I also had to decompose 10, giving me 58. Then on letter J, I had to unbundle 100 and unbundle a 10, leaving me with 76. And if you're missing these, you need to go back and do them again on your place value chart. On letter K, no, I did not unbundle 100, but I did have to unbundle a 10, leaving me with 108. And on letter L, yes, I had to unbundle 100, and yes, I had to unbundle a 10, leaving me with 67. Please remember that you needed to do those on your place value chart. All right, so looking at our word problem, we have 168 apples, and the students ate 89. How many apples were left? You needed to set this problem up on your place value chart. I think we'll do this one together. So I am going to say I started off with 167 apples, and the students ate 89 of those apples. So if I did that, then I was working this on my place value chart. I have to show my whole as 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. So now I have shown what I am going to be taking away from. This is my whole, so that I can take this part away. So 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 161, 162, 163, 164, 165, 166, 167. Now I'm asking myself, can I take 9 ones away from 7 ones? And the answer to that question is no. I am going to have to decompose a 10. So I'm taking a 10 and I'm going to exchange it for 10 ones. Here we go. I'm going to decompose and exchange that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So there's my 10 ones. Now, oops, I'm sorry. I gotta move this up a little bit. So now I can move that group of 10 that I took off of here, exchanged it, decomposed for 10 ones. And now I'm asking myself the question, can I take 8 10s away from 6 10s? Well, I don't have 6 10s anymore. I only have 5 because I had to bring one of them over here. But I still can't take 8 away from 5. So I know that I am going to have to decompose 100 and get myself 10 10s. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now I have decomposed my 100 so that I have enough tens to be able to take those 8 tens away. So this one is leaving. And I can see now that I have 15 ones, and I now have 5, 6, 17 or I have 15 tens and 17 ones. Now I'm asking myself, can I take 9 ones away from that 17 ones? Well, I certainly can. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is leaving me with 8 ones, okay, because I had to decompose a 10 in order to have enough. And now I'm coming over into my tens. Can I take 8 tens away from 15 tens? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. That leaves me with 7 tens. So the number of apples that were left were 78. So there are 78 apples left. 78 apples left. All right, so that went through that problem. I just wanted to make sure that you understood that on that word problem, you needed to be doing it with your place value chart, as well as the ones that were on the next page, which I am not going to do because of time. I know I kept you guys for such a long time yesterday that I am not going to do those step by step, but rather just share the answers with you. And if you had a problem with these two problems, you're going to need to go back and try them again on the place value chart. So how many cards does Tim have? Tim has 87 cards. And how many cards does Bradley have? Bradley had 58 cards. So if you had trouble with those two and didn't come up with those two differences, you're going to need to go back and try those again. Alrighty, so now the next thing that you are going to do is you are going to send your exit ticket to your teacher. Make sure that you solve these two problems on your place value, using your place value discs and your place value chart. Do not do the standard algorithm or the chip model. We want you to use the value discs on these two problems, exchanging or decomposing for 10 ones if necessary, or for 10 tens if necessary as well. And with that, my friends, I'm going to remind you to send your exit ticket to your teacher, and I hope you have a great day of learning.